All right, we're gonna watch this video. We're gonna look at this video, and we're gonna watch it first, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. Yeah, this kind of rubbed me the wrong way in a lot of ways. So we're gonna watch it, listen to it, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. All right, let me try to not miss no points I want to make. So I'm finna answer some of these questions or give my opinion and my thoughts on it. Here I go.
What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Shantae. I was dating a guy who is a man of God for 3 years. We broke up. He said he didn't want to marry me because I didn't fit his weight requirement in the 3 years we were together. I thought he was my husband. I fell in love with him. When we broke up, I blocked him 7 days. I wanted to go back, so then he blocked me for a month. It's been 3 months, no contact, and now he wants to be back in my life. When did you find out?
Can I ask a contextual question before we get to it? When you say weight restriction or weight preference, he wanted you to be bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Smaller, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He knew where he wanted him to be. That nigga on that panel knew exactly what that man wanted. Why would you try to differentiate? I guess for your crowd. You know that he didn't want her to be bigger. You're looking at her. You know he had a problem with weight. You know men have a problem with that. The nigga you on the panel, you have a problem with that. Most men have a problem with that. Shit. Big people don't even want big people. Okay? Fat people don't even want fat people. So a lot of people have a problem with that. First, let's go back. Let's continue.
Contextual question. When did you find out that you weren't in the weight requirement? Was that after y'all broke up or during he kept telling you that he wanted you to be smaller?
Well, I made the mistake and signed an agreement that I would lose.
And now they want to crucify the man because she signed the agreement. I think that was just overboard, because either you are what you are what the person wanted, you not. But there's more to this story than what any of them caught, and I'm going to break down those points that they missed, because I think everybody on this panel just went left and forgot and missed the whole point of it. And I'm going to try my best to give you my opinion and fill in those pieces, because they're, to me, just as see-through as a glass. Back to it.
What was the agreement?
What is these Dallas niggas on? He said agreement. Okay, hold on. Before we go further, can we talk about this agreement? So, no, we need this context real quick. This agreement, just so I can be educated. It don't have to be the specific thing, but tell me about an agreement like this that you had to sign.
The agreement was, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I guess basically in order for him to marry me, that I would work on losing weight. So he would buy me stuff for me to lose weight, and then he would go to counseling. But prior to our relationship, he was divorced for about, I think, 2 years. He was married for 20 years. And so that was basically the agreement, that I would allow him to buy me the stuff so I can work on losing weight, which I did. Do things that I didn't want to do, which is I did the Ozempic, and then I almost lost my life in March of this year.
Oh, shit.
So.
All right. That's deep as fuck.
All right. I have to say something here as well. She said the key words that I already knew. She didn't want to do it. There's a lot I really want to say, but I need you to hear this other part. But I'm going to say this. Why would you do something you don't want to do? People don't understand. When you ask for things, when you go after goals, big goals, you ask God for something, it requires a sacrifice. And that means being uncomfortable. And that means doing things you don't want to do, ladies and people. All people. Where are our dreams and our goals? Are they on Pluto, Mars? They on planet Earth, right? And all we have to do is think our way to them. Nobody said it was going to be given to you, it was going to be easy. Anybody that ever achieved anything, it wasn't easy to achieve. Where do you think they rely? There are two roads in life. The comfortable road and the uncomfortable side of life. Which road you think it's on? There ain't no in between. It's on the uncomfortable side. Everybody that's achieved anything that was worth having or went through any goal they've ever achieved had to sacrifice and be uncomfortable. So you wanted marriage that bad, and he had a weight requirement. But there's more to this story than what she's saying, and I'm going to fill in those spaces because there's a part about this that I need to say, but I'm going to wait till we get there. But that's her problem. She shouldn't have took no shit, and she shouldn't have signed no contract. But I'm going to tell you why she signed that contract and why she took that shit. Because they don't want to address her on that. They don't want to address her on that. And she don't tell everything like most women, leaving out a whole half of a story to make the guy look bad, to throw her a pity party because she ain't getting what she want. But let's go back to it.
Man, I think it's unfortunate, like when people lay out their requirements or they lay out their expectations of us, and if we don't fit it, like we take that as a personal challenge to try to climb up there and meet it, when that's not what that requires. Sometimes we just not fit to be together.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine. Because even with him, like I don't necessarily blame him for having weight requirements or whatever the case may
A
be.
contract? It's crazy.
I mean, but it's more common than you think though. But again, it's because if it was a woman in that situation that said, "Hey, I'm not interested in marrying a man that make less than $100,000 a year," we would say, "Well, that's her requirement. That's
But
what
if
she
we put
wants
it in
to
a
do."
contract that if you ever got fired,
And guys, when you make a verbal contract, when a person tells you what they want, that's a verbal contract. Doesn't matter how you want to, she signed or it was a piece of paper or he told her, it still was a contract. When a woman say, I want a man to make $100,000 a year, if you don't make $100,000 a year, I'm not going to be with you. She giving you an ultimatum. She giving you a contract. If you take her up and you make $100,000 a year and you take her up on that verbal contract she just gave you, and for some reason you lose your shit or drop way below that $100,000 mark and she leave, she ain't wrong. Because you should not have taken her if she told you that from the beginning. Because she's basically telling you she only wants you if you have this. Not for you, but what you can give her and what she can benefit from. And what you have to offer her financial, money-wise. That's not a woman that care about you or there for the heart of it or what, because she love you. That's not a woman that's saying she's attracted to you. She's attracted to what you have and what you can give her and how much you make. So she telling you right off the rip, it's about the money. And if you go further with that, you gonna suffer a great fate. That's just it. If it ever were to end between y'all and you got the money and she married to you, she take a hand. If you ever were to lose or somebody came along that made more than you and made more than $100,000 a year and was willing to give it to her, she'd leave you. That's what she's telling you. That's her stipulation for dealing with you. That's her contract, her verbal. That is the only way she's willing to be with you for that $100,000 a year. Can't go below. That's what it is. Ladies, that's what you're doing when you telling the man that. And where's God in all that? When you come up with this $100,000 or he ain't a certain height or he got to make a certain amount. He got to live a certain lifestyle. He got to give you things. Where's God in that? Because in your books, in your Bible, it don't say nothing about none of that. Heart and character. It ain't got nothing to do with financial. And the black women have twisted this. A lot of the women have twisted this. to suit and fit their needs, and then when the man says something bad about it, they make him out to be the devil and bring the devil into it and bring the religion into it, and the creator ain't got nothing to do with this. Nothing. But let's get back to it, because there's a bunch I want to say about this.
From your job for 6 months, I'm leaving you. That's crazy to me.
That's not what the contract will state. The contract will state that if you don't climb to this 100,000 within the next.
That's crazy, but that's what's happening all over the U.S. That's what the women are doing all over the U.S. Leaving the guy because he don't make this. Won't talk to the guy because he don't got that. That's the same shit. So what are you talking about? It's crazy. That's the life and the reality that we all living in.
Year, 2 years, then I'm gonna do something different.
I'm gonna leave your ass is what that means. I'm gonna leave you is what that means. I ain't gonna do something different mean I'm out. I'm gonna go get another man. I'm leaving you to find somebody that makes the money I want. That's what she's saying, if that's the case. And he's acting like the dude, I guess his name Ace, he acting like that ain't what we hearing everywhere. Like that ain't what the women on the panel saying the same thing. Black folks, bro. Black folks. This is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. So what I'm seeing, what's your name again, baby?
Shantae.
Shantae. You are so beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
You are so beautiful.
Thank you.
So beautiful. What I'm hearing is a broken, dismantled, trauma fucking filled man who self-projected his self-hate, his insecurity, his lack of integrity on you, because we give others who we are and we see in others who.
No, that's not what you're getting. You want to then make the man out to be Satan because, and the worstest thing, because he has a preference that most of y'all don't fit. Listen to me, ladies and black women especially. The man sitting next to her, all the men on that panel, they all know that this is how men are. We have preferences. What the women on that panel don't know is when it comes to sleeping with us and we're attracted to you, we can sleep with you. But don't confuse a lust or an attraction with seriousness, marriage, and relationship. Don't confuse that. Don't confuse the two. Because having a relationship with you is not the same as marriage to us. And we don't have to worry about time like you do. Because we don't look at it as a waste of time. We look at it as we're enjoying each other. We having fun, and it ain't like we treating you bad. We sleeping with you. You getting pleasure. We both giving each other something. Okay? You can be with your cat or your dog or your bird by yourself. But you want companionship. Everybody wants companionship. But now she's trying to say because he has a preference that he's Satan. He's the worstest. He's, this is what I mean by the black woman trying to make the black men look bad. But when they have their preferences, ain't nobody saying nothing. Like they are queens and they should never be held accountable when God is holding everybody accountable. Listen, black ladies and all women of all colors. If you have a preference, you best believe on the other side of that coin where the men are, they have one too. And when it comes to marriage, we get very complicated. It's easy to sleep with us, but it's a whole nother thing when it comes to marriage. You might be good enough for us to sleep with, but not good enough for us to date. Meaning you're not girlfriend material. You nice looking, but your attitude is bad. Or you nice looking, but you got babies from somebody else. Or you nice looking, but you in the streets or you dress a certain way. We don't want that representing us as a person that's representing us in a relationship. So we won't date you. You nice looking, but you got a whole bunch of male friends and you showing your ass or you talking to multiple men. You good enough to sleep with, but you're not good enough to date. I'm going to break this shit down. That's what that means. You could be good enough to date, but not good enough for us to marry. Meaning, you cool to kick it with. We can get along with you. You got a nice little booty. But I want a woman that wears her real hair, and I want her hair to be shoulder length or longer. Or I want a woman that, you know, has a bit more curves than you. Or, you know, I want a woman that caters to me. That's feminine. You masculine, and I want a feminine woman. It could be a big number of things, ladies. That means we can sleep with you, we can date you, but we're never going to marry you, because those things that we want when it comes for marriage are not there. And every man has the right to have their preference, because you're talking about a lifetime, ladies. We're not talking about, see, y'all will look at this like, well, I ain't happy, I could just leave. That's not how marriage is supposed to go. And that's not how men look at it. When we get in it, we in it for the long haul. We with you all the way through it. I think a man love with his heart and woman love with their brains. Okay? Like what I was told by this old man. And the more I look into this, the more it appears to be that's the case. Because in your vows, ladies, there's nothing that says about you being happy. In your vows, there's nothing about the man supposed to take care of you for the rest of your life and make your life easy while he get the hard end of it. You supposed to be his helpmate. You supposed to be making his life easy. When we look at marriage, we see two different things. The black women lead their marriages for stupid things. And they promote each other and pat each other on the back saying that was the right thing to do because she wasn't happy. Happiness is not in your vows. Duty and honor is in your vows. When you choose to marry a man, you should stay for a lifetime. You take the good with the bad. If you're not willing to do that, you're not really in love with that man. See, love, a lot of women throw it around, but they're in love with the idea of being in love. They don't know what the real meaning of love is. When great-great-grandma 30 years back, 35 years back was married, and her and granddaddy had babies across town with another woman, grandma wasn't leaving him. Because she understood what marriage was about. She understood it. And she stayed with that man no matter what. And that man didn't leave or divorce her to go to that woman. He stayed with her because he signed on to do that. Duty, honor. He stayed there. Respect. He respected the vows. He wasn't going to leave her. You don't have perfect people out here, ladies. But the fact that they stayed together through all the adversity, through all the hardship, the ladies today are built like shit. And they will leave for anything. When they sit and flirt and cheat all the time with their social media and talk to me and talk to their exes and do all kind of crazy shit and want me to accept that shit. Sorry, ladies, but we have preferences. And that's just what it is. Don't make him out to be the bad guy because he has a preference, because all men have preference. And all men understand what this man is saying. Even the ones on the panel, they don't want to tell the woman the truth. And I don't like when the black women try to make the black men look bad because they got a preference. Now he's Satan, but if he was letting her do what he wanted, he'd be a great guy. Nah. He is a good man, and you could tell because there are things that he was willing to do to help her. But I'm going to clear that up for y'all because there's more to it than what she's saying.
We are not who they are. So he's seen in you his self-hate for himself. He's seen in you his insecurities within himself. Put a contract together that he really wanted to be able to obtain and sustain, but probably could not, and then place that burden on you.
What she is doing is trying to get around what he wanted and not looking at the reality. She's trying to shame him for having a preference. She's trying to shame him for what he wanted. When they want their shit, nobody shames them. And I don't respect that from this lady, this black woman, because she full of shit. All of you guys who don't want to shame this man All the men on that panel got the same preference. The men in that crowd got the same preference. Y'all have the same preference. If that guy weighed 300-400 pounds, you wouldn't want to date him.
Happen to go along with the manipulation and the womanizing ways that he has. And for that, I want to tell.
Now he a womanizer. Now he got all these things. He the worstest guy in the world because he has a preference. This is shit I don't like. I don't like that they want to make him look like the bad guy because he has a preference and shame him for a preference when they all have their preferences, and then we shame them. We the worstest in the world for taking away, this is her preference. Men, we understand that you got a preference, you got a preference. But what the ladies don't understand, and the reason they don't understand this, guys, is because so many of us have stayed quiet and not told the women how men really are. And if the women, to me, knew how we really were, they would have a better understanding on what they could do and what they can't do and what's going to work and what's just not going to work when it comes to us. So I blame the men who stay quiet. I don't blame the men who speak up because they did their job. They told the truth. I blame the men who stay quiet and let the women believe in the lie. That's why all these motherfucking women are in fairy tale land, make-believe land, fucking rainbow land. This is why they are so lost and delusional, because men just won't tell them the truth. Oh, her feelings. Listen, we have a choice here. This is like Adam and Eve in the garden all over again. The women are Eve and we're Adam. We can go along to get along, or we can stand up, put them in their place and let them walk their own path, make their own decisions. And I'm on that side of tell them the truth and let them make their own decision, but I'm not following her. That's where I'm at. And there's a lot of men that stand on that side with me. We choose God. Fuck what she want. And that dumb shit in the boat she sailed in, let that bitch sail back out on that boat. Let her sail back out on that dumb boat she came in on. But I'm not rocking with her on this. They all wrong to me. But it's some more stuff I want to point out.
You that I'm sorry, because I think that is a terrible fucking thing that you got caught up in that. It really is.
No.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh,
no.
come on, Trey.
Hell no.
Come
Hell
on,
no.
go.
We're not
Let's
gonna
go.
do this.
Let's go.
We gonna tell the truth in
Let's
the day.
go. Let's go.
And at the end of the day, why is it always an issue when a man has requirements?
It's not
in a
a-
relationship. Wait.
But
Because
you tell
again,
me he wasn't attracted to me.
right. So again, going back to what I said earlier, sometimes we just not yoked for each other, and that's perfectly okay. But in terms of even just like you said, oh, he created a contract. Sure, but she signed it. You don't have to sign the contract.
Okay.
If I felt that disrespected by you writing this contract and laying it in front of the table, I say get the fuck out of my face. But she signed it.
Yeah.
So
All right. Why did she sign the contract? I'll tell you why. Because what she's leaving out is he's husband material. See, she wanted to marry him. And if she felt the need to want to marry this man, that means he was everything she wanted him to be. She is leaving that part out, and they're missing that. He's a husband material, meaning he got his shit together. He's responsible. He's a good guy. She wouldn't be messing with a guy that was treating her like shit. She ain't say he was treating her like shit. He had a preference, and she didn't like the preference. She's set in her ways. She's an older woman. She's not a person that takes care of herself. I take it that the man is in some kind of physical shape, like he takes care of himself. And ain't nothing wrong with a man having a preference that take care of himself. Women always want stuff that they don't qualify for. Just because you want something don't mean you qualify for it. Let's get this shit straight. Just because you want something don't mean you meet the height requirement and all the requirements to get on this ride. It don't mean you qualify for it, ladies. You can want what you want, but it don't mean you qualify for it. You're guaranteed an interview, not a job. And that's the truth. So he has a preference. She signed them papers because he's everything she wanted in a husband, and she wanted to marry him. And that's why she did it. Because she sees him as a husband. That's why she wanted to marry him. She could have picked anybody, but she choosing him, which says a lot to me about who he is. Because if he was a fucked up guy and he didn't have shit going, she wouldn't be signing no contract. Think about it. If he was fat and fucked up, or a nasty, not attractive dude, and he just had a little money, she'd walk away from that nigga. She wouldn't care. She wouldn't want to care about signing nothing. She'd walk off on him in a minute. But the fact that she signed him, the fact that she keep going back, sleeping with him and messing with him and going back to him, says a lot about who he is. She's attracted to him. He treats her good because she keeps going back. She likes the sex with him. That's another reason why she keep going back. But she wants to marry him. So she likes the stuff he have, the way he treat her, the way he look, the stuff he's doing and doing to her and doing for her. She likes that. She wants to spend her life with him, which means he's husband material that she wants to marry. And he treats her good. So we gonna get off the Satan and he's so bad because he got a preference shit, because in her behavior, if he was a bad guy, she wouldn't want to marry a bad guy. She wants to marry a guy that treats her good and that she's attracted to and has the things that she's looking for. So he's husband material. That's what she just told. We gonna go back. There's some more about this I want to break down. And they all missing this shit. They missed all that. The boat sailed on them with this shit.
Yeah, we gotta address like what would warrant you to sign some shit.
But I signed it.
Hold on, and you got a point.
Hold on. Why did she sign it?
I signed it because, well, then I was 40 something. I'm 47 now, and I want to be married, and so I was in love with him. So I figured the pickings is slim.
But I want to say this. Yes, she signed it. Yes, she needs to take accountability on that piece. But to your point, that if you're saying that this woman is not the weight class, the body size, I'm not attracted to her, she's not conducive to my liking, why in the fuck am I dealing with her in the first place? Okay? Why in the fuck am I choosing?
All right. Let's deal with that as well. All that just came through. See how she wanted to just get a woman a pass for signing the contract instead of really holding her accountable and just brushing it off and going back to the man again? Let me explain to you, lady on the panel with the weave in her head that made this comment. Like I said before in the video, we can like you enough to sleep with you, but not like you enough to date you. We can like you enough to date you, but not like you enough to marry you. Which means, and translates to, they're sleeping together, okay? It seems that you missed this, or you didn't want to deal with it, or there was just too much baggage for you to unpack. So let me help you. And all y'all on the panel, because I don't like none of the shit y'all saying, because y'all ain't being truthful at all when we get down to the net of it. He liked her as a physical. He was physically attracted to her. Her attitudes, she's not a bad looking lady. Let me say that. I talk to her, I date her too. But now when you talk about marriage, it's more to it than this. It's how you treat the man. It's your physical looks. A man is a physical creature, just like you talking about money and what how tall he gotta be. We have preferences too. And when you talk about a wife, you got to be everything that man wants, physically and emotionally, and as far as catering him goes. You have to be everything that he wants. And if you ain't everything that he wants, you're not going to get married. Period. End of story. Cut and dry. That's just what it is. You have to be what he wants, or you're not going to get married. Period. That's just what it is. End of story. That's just it. And he can be sleeping with her, meaning he physically attracted to her and she physically attracted to him, but he's not attracted to her enough to marry her. He don't want to marry her. He physically attracted to her, but not enough to marry her. That's what that means. That's what that means. So he can see her and want to sleep with her, but he don't want to marry her. And that's what that means. period, end of story. That's what that means. So most of us sleep with women, but we don't want to marry them, but we're attracted to them, and we can sleep with them and date them, but we don't want to marry them because they're not the wife type. They're not what we want as a wife. It could be your behavior, your attitude. You look great, but your attitude's horrible. It could be you got children. We like you, we like your kids, but we don't want to deal with another man's children. It could be you can't cook and we want a woman that could cook, and everything else is great, but you can't cook. It could be we want hips and booty, and you just don't got the hips and the booty, but you pretty. You got some titties, but you don't got the hips and the booty. It could be a numerous number of things, and in this case, it was her weight requirement. But that's not, I don't think that's really the case here. Let me tell you what I think. She said earlier that she's in her 40s and she was panicking and she wanted to be married. These were her words. We're going to deal with her words, and I'm going to break down and go in this and surgically dissect this to tell you the missing pieces. And you can tell they missing just from what she said. She said that she was panicking. She was in her 40s and she wanted to be married. She was sleeping with him. And she had a lot of feelings for him. She was hanging out with him. She's going out with him. She's spending time with him. He's spending time with her. He is piping her down. She liking it. She like what he doing. She like how he look. She like the stuff he doing for her and the shit he got. So her feelings got in it. His feeling was in it, but in a different way. He was sexually and physically attracted to her. He might even like her attitude of hanging out with her, but he don't like her enough to marry her. And the fact that he ain't trying to marry her and then come to her with marriage, he don't want to marry her. She wants to marry him. She's coming to him about marriage. She's pressuring him for marriage because she said she's panicking. She's in her 40s and she want to be married, and she wanted to be married to him. Which means, people on the panel, he's husband material. He's what she wants as a husband to spend her life with. I mean, he fit the physical requirement, the money, the treatment, the stuff he got, his achievements in life. He has everything she's looking for in a man. That's why she wants to marry him. Y'all, she wouldn't want to marry him if he was fucked up if he didn't meet her requirements. So she got her own requirements, and he obviously meets them. But what she didn't take in consideration. You can want what you want, but it don't mean you qualify for what you want. In this case right here, she didn't qualify for what she wanted. He didn't come to her with marriage. I mean, he liked her enough to sleep with her, but he didn't like her enough to date her, and he didn't like her enough to marry her because they ain't dating. He's not her boyfriend. He's seeing her. She didn't say, this is my boyfriend. She said, we've been messing around and seeing each other. So he's not even wanting to date her, which means there's more to it than just her physical. There's more to it than that. He likes her enough to sleep with her, meaning he's physically attracted to her, thick-wise. But he can sleep with her. But if it was a woman he wanted to marry, he want her to be in shape. To me, what I gather from this is a man that has money, has his shit together. And he gets women that he wants. So he has a requirement that he like his women to look a certain way. He could be a normal man that all of us have these preferences. A lot of us don't want big people. So I ain't blaming him for nothing he said, and I think he's a great guy because he was nice enough to tell her. And the fact that he laid it all down and told her, and she wanted to make this big blown out thing. What she want, like most ladies that I get from her talking, she want to stay who she is and you to accept her how she is and you to still marry her and treat her like a queen. When not respecting the fact that we have our preferences and that ain't what we want. You can't stay who you are and get where you trying to go, people. You can't stay the same mindset that's dealing with the Honda, right? Example. You can't have the Honda mentality where you dealing with the Honda, right? But you asking for the Lambo, the Rolls Royce, the Bentley, the Ferrari. And then go to the Ferrari, the Honda, the Ferrari, the Lambo, the Rolls Royce with the Honda attitude. Taking care of it and giving it the attention that you get a Honda where you see it here and there. No. Those higher cars require more maintenance, more attention, more time, more money, more energy. So you can't go to that higher level with that low level attitude. Let me translate it so it's understood. And when you go to somebody on a higher level than you, you can sleep with him. But that don't mean that you qualify for him because you sleeping with him. He might have been working with her, or they might have been old friends, or they hung out and he liked her. Her attitude was cool. He liked sleeping with her. She wanted to sleep with him. Obviously, she's sleeping with him. They're messing around. Her feelings got involved, and she feel like her feelings are more important than what his feelings are. And he should accept her how she is. That's how she feels. Because she says, well, my feelings was involved. No one gives a shit about your feelings involved. Y'all are emotional creatures, which means when you sleep with these guys, you get emotionally attached. We're not emotional creatures. We can sleep with you and we're not attached. If she cut him off and walked away today, it wouldn't mean anything to him. He would care, but he would care that about her as a person, but he wouldn't care that she left because it's not what he wanted to marry. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care about the women who get upset. Ladies, listen to me carefully and make sure you hear me. Turn your hearing up. As men, we all are like this. We can be sleeping with you. We can be sleeping with you for years. We can like you a lot. We can be in love with sleeping with you. I love the way she do this. Or I love the way she feel when I'm with her. Or I love the way we have sex. But she's not a feminine woman. She's a masculine woman. She don't really meet the physical requirements. She got a little booty. I like a little bit bigger booty. I like a nicer shape. I'm in shape. I want her to be in shape. I can't make her go to the gym. So you meet a guy, ladies, that is in shape and you like all that and you're out of shape. You don't work out. You're overweight. Whatever it is, usually that's what it is. You don't work out. You're overweight. You get to sleep with the guy. The guy's sleeping with you. For him, it's something to do. Like he like you. It's something to do at first. But if he get to hanging out with you and you seem to have a cool attitude, he like you. He likes you. But he don't like you enough to date you and he don't like you enough to marry you. The fact that he ain't dating her tells me she don't meet his physical requirements at all. He likes her attitude. She might got a nice little body. He's something to pass time with. I'm going to be brutally honest. He's grown to really like her because he's been seeing her for a while. And they've been sleeping together a lot from the sound of it. And she's into the emotional part of it. Him doing the stuff he's doing and pleasing her and laying with her and holding her hands or holding her, rubbing her, whatever he's doing. It's got her feelings in it. Piping her down all the time. Telling her how much she a good woman. But he ain't telling her the truth about what he don't like. And this is where it comes back to us, guys. He was straightforward with her. And she is not accepting the reality that she is not what he wants for a wife. Even if she went to go lose the weight, he ain't gonna marry her. Let me try to break this down so you can see why.